Hi, Joanna Hodorowska here, Nutrition in Motion, Nutrition for Body, Mind, Spirit, and Sport. So a lot of people that I work with are always looking for easy recipes. And sometimes I get my inspiration from literally going to the grocery store, into the prepared food section, and looking at the options there. And this is one of those recipes with turkey and sage and a little salt and pepper. You can put onions in it too if you want. Today I'm going to omit that part, but actually, I should put that in, but I forgot to put it on my counter, so it's not going in today until afterwards. But what I'm gonna do today is show you how to make sage turkey burgers without putting flour into it and using Bob's Red Mill. Not that I have any association with him specifically, but we're going to use flaxseed meal, which I transferred into a good big glass container in the refrigerator and use that instead of flour. So I'm going to go through and go through some of the ingredients, and then we'll show you what to do. Hi, Ryan. So here's my big mixing bowl. Here's my 2 pounds of turkey. And what I'm going to do is this is what fresh sage looks like. Actually, this one's a little bit dried, but I'm going to use some scissors and I'm going to chop off the ends here. And I seem to never have quite enough of the sage in the recipe, but basically you're just going to go ahead and cut it up. It's pretty easy. And I'm going to actually try to use this whole thing just because the more sage, the better, and it tastes better actually the next day when the sage really comes through. But the day of, I'm going to try to put twice as much as I normally do. So this is going to be, 2 tablespoons of fresh sage. And you can use the dried sage from McCormick as well, just because it's easier than this chopping and cutting. The next thing is I'm going to put on the nice little gloves, because I don't want turkey meat all over me. So I'm going to take my gloves and put them on. And I'm going to take my salt and put that in here too, because we definitely need some sea salt. It enhances the flavor, but if you cook for real food, you need a little bit of salt to put in there. And then I'm going to put some ground pepper in there, because everything's better with a little bit of ground pepper. If I had chopped the onion, then that would work too. You could put leeks in there as well, or spring onions. And then I'm going to take my turkey meat and just kind of dump it in here. And then to make it easy, I'm just going to do this before I get turkey meat over everything. And it's about a 1/2 cup to 3/4 cup of this ground flax meal. And if I had an onion, actually I think I'm just going to go ahead and get the onion. You could use, Wegmans has chopped onions you could already do, or you can just take an onion and throw it in there. But I'm just going to do it without it, and I'm going to mush it all together. And this is the part that just takes a little bit of time, but it's easy peasy, and you'll see that you don't have to put an egg into it. You don't have to do a lot of things. You just put the ingredients in, mix it up. You could probably put more salt and pepper into it. And then you can put it into a pan, like I have on the, I don't know if you can see, if I can put it in the pan and just go ahead and make it now. But what I'm going to do is I am going to show you how you can just store it for later, and I'm going to do another video or maybe at the end, showing you what it looks like when it's actually done. But you can kind of see that the ingredients are all kind of blended all together. You can make this ahead of time, and then I've used some wax paper, cut just enough, or tore off just enough to put on the side here. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a turkey burger, roll it up, smush it down a little bit, and then this way I can freeze that whole container. And even though this is 2 pounds of turkey meat, I'm not going to be eating it all at one time. Then you fold over the wax paper, and then you make a few more turkey burgers, and you put it on top. So once you do this, but that took me, what, 5 minutes to put that all together? You can basically heat up the pan, brown the turkey burgers, probably for about 3, 4, 5 minutes each side, and put it with a little bit of butter, a little bit of, let me talk to you here, a little bit of butter, a little bit of olive oil, put it all in the pan, heat it up adequately, and then you can do it that way. Or you can put it in the oven and make the turkey burgers that way. So if you need some quick ideas, I think that took you, what, 5 minutes to put together. So if you have the ingredients, you can put this together. Nothing artificial, nothing unhealthy. You can make it, it's now gluten-free because I'm using the flaxseed oil or the flax seeds, which are also anti-inflammatory and give you some of the extra essential fatty acids that are beneficial, so you can get nice glowing skin like mine. So if you have any questions, give me a call. Joanna Hodorowska, Nutrition in Motion. Enjoy the turkey burgers and let me know if you made them tonight too. Bye. Welcome back to making turkey burgers with sage. So I'm going to I've heated up the pan a little bit. As you can see, it's got a low flame. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil on here. And I'm also going to put a little bit of butter because everything tastes better with butter. And if you have ghee, that would even be a little bit better, just because you can do it at you can use a higher heat, and it won't brown, or burn, I should say. It'll just brown. So I've got my turkey burgers, and I'm still gonna make a few of them because I've got some extra onion in here and sage. But I'm gonna go ahead and take a turkey burger, flatten it out a bit, and put it on the pan, and you're gonna see in a few minutes it's gonna be all done. Ooh, this is a big turkey burger, so we're only gonna be able to put 3 of them on here. But you see it's a slightly higher heat, so it's gonna be able to brown on the pan a little bit easier. But that, I'll let you see in a few minutes what it's supposed to look like. Be right back. So I think the turkey burgers are just about ready. One way you can kind of see is if you flip it over, see how nice and brown that is? That's one way to know that at least the outsides are done, but is the inside done? You have to kind of sneak a peek. And no, they're not done yet. So we're just gonna go ahead and keep on waiting. Now it's a couple minutes later, and I think they're finally ready. So I'm gonna take it, I turn the heat off. As you can see, there's no flame. And I cut a couple slices of avocado. And I am going to use my big knife, just because it cuts a little bit easier. I'm going to put the avocado on top, because I think it'll just make it nice and yummy. And we're going to see how tasty this really is. So there it is. It's all ready. It's all finished. And I'm going to blow on it. And it's really, really good. So you do want to add the onion. You want to make sure you put a lot of sage in there. And let me know if you make the sage turkey burgers tonight, because it only takes 20 minutes to make it from start to finish, and maybe even if a little bit less if you actually make them ahead of time. So give me a call. Let me know if you have any questions. Joanna Hodorowska, Nutrition in Motion, nutrition for body, mind, spirit, and sport. And look at that. You can have that any time of day.